Hello. Welcome to Breakin Khainz personal growth class. Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. And I am your instructor, Dominique McGee. So welcome back, everybody. Oh my gosh. Whew. I am happy to be back and to be feeling a lot better because, when I tell you, I was like, I was talking the code language, like when you're when you're not feeling well and you're very under the weather, you have a different language you speak, and it's kind of like, I call it code language because I tend to speak it very well when I am not feeling good. It's yeah, all of that. I had the chills. I had a lot going on, and it's a lot to do with kids coming back to school. A lot more germs coming in. One came in sneezing one day, and then the next one came in with a sore throat, and then the next one came in coughing, and then 2 days later, I had all of those symptoms wrapped in one little ball. Yeah, it was kind of tough. So take care of yourselves. Make sure you take your vitamins. Get lots of fluids in your system. If you are not caught up on your flu shots, now is the time to get caught up on those. All right, so let's get into today's lesson. Today's lesson will be embracing authenticity. Your authenticity, like being your authentic self. Being you. Being the perfect imperfection that you are. A lot of us were like, yes, we are not perfect, but we are perfect. We're perfectly made the way we are supposed to be. And are you okay with that? That is where we're about to get into today. Are you okay? Have you gotten to the place where you are okay with self? Have you gotten to the place of self-awareness and self-acceptance? Now, what I want to say is, all things fair, being authentic. I'm not talking about showing consistency or being honest or being real. Okay, all of these things definitely matter, but they are not being authentic. That's not what I mean when I say being authentically you. Authenticity is acting according to being one's true self. How you are set up. You're moving by your belief system and your values and by your own natural personality. And that goes into becoming the person we were meant to be before the world and everything in it got its hands on us. Before we were told we were not pretty enough, that our body didn't fit the shape, that we were not handsome enough, that we didn't have enough brains. Before we were told that we could not do it, we would not do it, so we should not do it. What were our beliefs and that shaped who we were? That who we wanted to be, who we wanted to inspire to be. There are some things about ourselves that we grow up and we're not taught to immediately self-love. Our appearance, our skin color, our body. So that can go into a form of what? Self-rejection, self-hate, where you don't want to be yourself. You want to be everybody and anything other than yourself. When you start to reject yourself and feel like you personally, what you yourself personally has to offer and to bring to the table is not valuable. So you want to grab and latch on to things that are not you. They do not represent who you are in any way. But they keep you from being uncomfortable in the presence of others. So you can't be your authentic self because that person is not accepted. That person is not liked. That person is not valued. That person does not pay attention to you. So you kind of cut that person. You kind of hide that person. You kind of block that person. You kind of try to build other people, characteristics and personalities out of yourself to hide who you really are. Because a lot of us can't live in our truth. And what I mean by this, let me give you a personal example. I've been through that. I had this thing where I've always been extremely confident, but it was pretty much a defense mechanism. I had very much self-esteem problems, and my view and belief about myself. If I was pretty enough, if I had the right shape, if I had the right personality, and it was kind of like no matter which way I went, I never really fit the part. So I kind of tried to fit in, and the more I tried to fit in, is the more I stuck out like a sore thumb. The more I became the one that they were whispering and talking about and had so much to say. And that made me go back and analyze myself. It made me feel like, okay, I'm not worthy. I'm not pretty enough. So let me put more makeup on. Let me change my hair. Let me alter how I look physically. Let me make myself be acceptable to the outside world. So I was not being authentically me. I was being everything but that. The world didn't want to accept me, so I didn't want to accept me. So some things had to change when it came to my behaviors and my mindset on the way back. I had to pay attention closely and ask myself, where did I allow myself to lose myself? Where did I lose my self-value? Where did I allow my self-esteem to be tainted? Where did I take from myself? Where did I allow others to take from me? And I had to be honest with myself. Was I living in my own truth, or was I living in what they wanted me to be? Or was I really making who they said I was come to life? So even though it is a large subjective term, authenticity, we can talk about jewelry when we say, yeah, those diamonds are authentic. We can talk about bags and leather. Oh, that's an authentic bag. That's authentic leather. Yes, we can use it as justifiable appraisal when we're looking at if something is real or not. If it's genuinely authentic. And when we say that, we're saying, is it truly what it is? So when we look at that, when we are talking about ourselves, let's step back and ask ourselves this question. Are we truly what it is? There is no one on the outside that can determine who you really are but you. They're on the outside looking in. And sometimes we internalize too much from the outside because we have accepted some ideologies and some behaviors and some things because not being able to be or accept self. So, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So, are you living a truly, genuinely, honestly, and full, authentic life? Are you truly happy? Are you? And that is a question, I often ask myself. In every path and the things that I set out to do, is this selfishly motivated? Is this authentically, am I doing this because I genuinely, authentically am good at it, because I really want to do it, because it's a part of me, because I believe it's my path? Is this me, or is it motivated behind something else or somebody else? And I see my spiritual element. I sit before my God, and I make sure that my movement is in alignment with His will for me. Because if any of my actions is motivated by anyone else, I'd rather it be motivated by God. Okay, not by self motivation or the motivation of others or anything like that. But I want you to really come to terms of, okay, what are we saying here? We're not talking about just being real, but if I go back to that, if we're going to use authenticity and being real, I want to say being real with yourself, not with them. Because if we want to say being real with society, I want to say, are you showing society who you really are? Are you living up to your full potential? Or are you letting the thoughts, the imprint, the judgment, and the rejection of society keep you from living in your own beliefs, keep you from living in your own values, keep you from being your full personality? Because they may say you're too much, you're overbearing, you just have one of those personalities. We all know that you can walk in a room and not even know people, and they will automatically say, well, this person thinks this, or they feel like this about you, or say this about you. And that can instantly be intimidating on you if you're a person who needs to be liked, if you're a person that needs to be accepted. You will find yourself modifying and changing who you are based off of who you are with. But learning to accept self, learning to understand that you are you. There's only one you. You are worth it. You are worthy. And you got it. You got it. Whatever they are telling you you can't or you don't have, baby, it's because you actually do and you can. And it's up to you to will. If you don't like your body, then change your shape. If you want to lose weight, work out. If you want to eat more healthier, look into things that will push you and encourage you to eat healthier. If you want to learn more different aspects of self, but accepting self and showing the world who we are and what we have to offer, and be entering rooms and being unapologetically you. Whether they like you or not, whether they accept you or not, I'm gonna be me. Okay, I'ma do my. This is something that we say. We say in the street, in the hood, right? Excuse me while I do my thing. Okay, and that means when you see somebody come through, and we all see people as when they walk through and they hit their walk, and that you recognize their presence. And a lot of people, when they see me, they be like, okay, auntie, excuse her while she do her thing. Because how I'm coming through. Yeah, I came through to do my thing, and y'all know that. So you know how I walk. I'm gonna be me. Okay, I'm coming through laughing and carrying on, but I'm coming to take care of business. If there's no business to be taken care of, I'm gone. I'm gonna give you some encouragement. I'm gonna look at you and your foolishness, and I'm gonna head on now. Okay, I'm gonna head on now. I'm gonna let y'all handle that and let God handle y'all. Okay, that's pretty much what they know about me. But it's living in your truth, accepting yourselves. Oh, it's some comparisons I can make, but I don't even want to make them. I promise you to gosh, there were some serious comparisons I can make about accepting life and yourself and doing your thing. But sometimes that can get in the way. But do you have a real understanding who your true self is? Do you know what is keeping you from igniting your true passions or your true desires? If they are healthy, and they mean, and your desires are healthy and your passions are healthy, what is blocking that? What is in the way from you being your ultimate creative self, if not self? Are you your worst enemy? And a lot of this, we don't really want to be honest, is we're afraid. We're afraid of, most of us, I'm going to be honest because I am very outgoing, I'm very driven, but I'm not afraid of failure more than I am afraid of success. And that may not make sense to many, but I do it anyway. Because I got one life to live and it's only one me. There is only one me. So why would I not put my best foot forward and give the world the best me I can give? To make the mark that I want to make. Not who they want me to make, not who my family, the past, the friends, the associates, the haters, none of that. See, that's all the noise on the side. As we grow up, that is all of the noise on the side. You're going to be like your mother, or you ain't nothing but like your mama. Either it's, you're going to be great like your father, or you ain't going to be nothing like your father. Or, these are things that are being put on you. Greatness, failure. Greatness, failure. They're going to be shaped like this. Or you're bad body. Or you're looking at what the society is projecting from the internet and other sources, and from your friends and from those who always got jokes as you grow up in school within your circles of society. And that is from young growing up. What is telling you, this part of you is not acceptable, but this is tolerable. We'll tolerate this part. Or this, you're not smart enough for this, so you can't do this. You are automatically shutting doors and counting parts of yourself out because of society, because of the environment, because of what everything on the outside of you says is acceptable, what should be, what you should be. No, whoa, wait a minute. Excuse me while I do my thing. You got that. Excuse me. Yes. None of that. That's who I am. None of that is a representation of who I am. Hold on. And that's what I had to learn. I had to take off so many labels. Hold on. I'm not my mother. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm not my father. Excuse me. Oh, let me dodge grandma too. Yeah, that sounds like a good one, but let me dodge her too, because I don't know whether she had to go in her ways to get where she had to be in life. That's not it. Oh, you gonna be like your sister. Oh, let me get out of there. You gonna be like your uncles. Them. Let me get out of there. Your friends tell you got this talent, but you can't do this. Oh, so now I'm killing this dream. And I was passionate about it. I was driving about it. Hold on. Just because they didn't like it doesn't mean I don't have it. Just because they told me that part of me was not authentic doesn't mean it wasn't. Because I chose to believe, I'll let you shut me down in an area. So now in life, I'm going through the motions in other areas. And I'm not progressing in certain areas because I was already shut down. Not once, not twice, but over the years, consecutively, consistently shut down. So you have to take it off. Yeah, I may have done a lot of these things, but that was not who I am. Yes, that's maybe how I could get down, but that's not who I am. Yes, if you play with me, you're going to find out, but that's not who I am. Hey, I'm ashamed of some of these things because they're not a representation of who I am or what I'm about. So I got to move them out the way too. So when you look at me, you can clearly see. You can clearly see me. And a lot of us are screaming from the inside of ourselves to be seen, to be heard, to be noticed. But are we noticing ourselves? Are we living that life we truly want? Are we taking the steps to become our authentic self, to live our most authentic lives? And I want you to give deep thought to that. Reaching back into your inner child, looking at your talents, your gifts that you have forgotten, going back and digging them up. Some things that you always believe, getting that creative juices within yourself, them creative juices within yourself flowing, that imagination flowing that you had when you were younger, before life got so serious for you, or things got so real for you that you couldn't imagine anymore, that you couldn't dream anymore. Go back. Find the parts of you that you have locked away and dig them out so that you can truly be your real self. A lot of us want our voice to be heard, but do we want to speak? A lot of us want to be seen, but we in the dark. We in the bed. And all it's going to take is for you to step out. All it's going to take is for you to say, excuse me, while I do my thing. And I look forward to watching so many of you grow and bloom in life when you step out and start digging up your talents and moving in your own value system, moving by your own beliefs. What works for you? See, I got a mean relationship with God. See, don't trip. He's not done with me. I can't claim to be perfect, nor will I ever. But trust me, I got a mean relationship with God. And that is where I found self. How I'm able to get up and love myself. It's not about whether my bank account is full or whether it's not. It's me, because I'm full of the right things. I'm full of greatness. It's all that I love about me, and that's me. I'm unapologetically me. Now, excuse me while I do our thing. So as we go over our worksheets and take the time to stop and think about in this section, being who we are. Who are we? What are our talents and our gifts that we need to go and get? What are the things that need to be dropped that no longer serve us or not a representation of us, have been printed on us, we have accepted that we need to return some things. There is some labels, there are some terminologies, there's some ideologies that need to be returned back to sender. There are some things that we have accepted about ourselves that was said about us that we should have never. Return it to sender. Love yourself because you are worthy. You are amazing. You are powerful. You are gifted. You are talented. And you got it within you to do great things. It's up to you to pick up the reins. It's up to you to believe in yourself. Are you ready? All right, now, All right, as we get into those worksheets, because y'all know I had to stop and holler at you. I had to get you right. So as we get into our journals and our worksheets, let's think about who we are. Why are we cut from a different cloth? For my students who don't understand what that means, when we say, well, this is not that, and that is not this. Maybe that was a little deep too. I am the original, and there is no other but me. There is no carbon copy. Okay, I hope that was giving what it needed to give for my young people. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Have a great day. Get those worksheets turned in, and I look forward to talking to you later this week. Goodbye.